welcome to my forever world. Today I'm gonna do a bit of redecorating, if you will. Revamping my nether portal, some custom trees, pathing, and overall making it a little bit more pretty. While I do my spring decor, let's talk about Star Wars since May the 4th is coming up around the corner. So, my first exposure to Star Wars was from my cousin when we would go to his place and he would play Lego Star Wars, I think Clone Wars specifically. And so we would watch him play that, and occasionally we would play as well. I remember my older sister would always play as Ahsoka Tano, and then my younger sister would play as Ayla Secura. And around that time, I don't remember how we found this out, but we've sort of always known that Darth Vader was Luke's father, and thus all that family relation. I don't remember where we specifically found that out, but it was just always known to us kids. And then I remember from my cousin as well was watching, I think, at least one episode from the Clone Wars. It was specifically one of Ahsoka when she needed to find her lightsaber. And then my friend had given me the Lego video game of Lego Star Wars, but I think that only was the complete saga that was so far from episode 1 through 6, so not including the sequels. And then, about a few years later, I don't remember how long, but we first watched episode 4 and episode 5, A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. And then, just last year, I watched episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. And that also stemmed a Star Wars AU that I'm working on Tumblr right now for over a year now. And then, I started watching The Clone Wars. I'm now at season 5, just started the first few episodes. Then, I had watched episode 1 through 6 with my sister, and to quote Larry from VeggieTales, I laughed, I cried, it moved me, Bob. And I'm also watching The Mandalorian right now with my sister. I'm up to episode 4, and I think that's pretty cool right now. And so that's my film knowledge, and now for more so my opinion about it. So, I love the movies that I've watched, both the prequels and the originals, but I've not watched the sequels, so that is yet to be determined. The Clone Wars is really awesome. The animation, the plot, and the characters is really cool and awesome. But one thing that is more of a personal preference, I don't know if anyone else thinks this, is more so the chronological order of things. For example, Echo and Fives are in this outpost the first time we see them. And then we jump back in time to when they first start their training to be clones in the war. And then we jump further ahead in time back to the present day. For that part, I understand just because they wanted to know more with the character, the Clone 99, but it does seem a little bit confusing when, I don't know if you're kind of like me that wants to have everything in order as it goes. But then again, it's just a personal thing, and other than that, I think it's really awesome. And that's all I have to say about Star Wars at the moment, and planning to finish the Clone Wars right now, and I'm also wanting to watch The Bad Batch and Rebels as well, and so let's see what I built. So over here on the Lighthouse Island, I decided to put a little bit more grass, and I have finally found the firefly bush, so that's pretty nice. And so I added some more grass, some more greenery, and then decided to put on these custom trees. I think I got most inspiration from the Empire of Sanctuary from Empire's SMP, because Sausage had a design that's kind of similar to this. I kind of just remembered what I could and then freestyled it from there, but it still looks like a palm tree, so I'm going for it. Next up, I did another attempt on a custom tree with azalea leaves and then stripped spruce. Again, it's an attempt, but I like how it turned out. And then I made a path all the way up to the storage house at the second door. And then I redecorated my nether portal to have this kind of mystical, magical feel. I have a little pocket inside here with both pale moss and normal moss, with a bit of mushrooms. And then there's some leaves over top here. And then back at this cherry forest that I had found, I had redecorated my nether portal here. And I happened to have a zombified Piglin come in, or I think this guy was originally just a normal Piglin, but then he turned into a Zombie Piglin, and then this guy came in, so I decided to name them Grogu and Mando. And then after journeying a little bit over there, I found these allays, so I am naming them R2-D2 and C-3PO. So that'll wrap up today's video. So thanks for watching, God bless, and may the force be with you. Bye!